You're listening to today's inspirational message on the Proverbs with Kurt Bjorklund.
So as we come to the end of Proverbs 26 and some of the people to be careful of allowing them into our lives, one of the categories here is really a troublemaker. And this is expressed in verses 17 through 28. And there are several different types of troublemakers. Here's the first. It's a meddler. Verse 17, whoever meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears. Dogs were undomesticated, therefore they were wild. So to grab a dog by the ears was to invite harm. So when we meddle in somebody else's business, it's really foolish. And so it says, avoid that. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and say, I was only joking. This is the troublemaker who's always up to pranks and jokes and doing things that are actually potentially dangerous in the guise of this was just something fun, something goofy. And certainly here, there's a good place for jokes and pranks, but this is really saying that this is a person who's reckless with what they do. Verse 20, for a lack of wood, a fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. Back to this idea of secrecy, that when somebody is constantly saying, this is between you and me, this is just something that I want to say to you, that quarreling becomes part of it. It's a tale-bearing in a sense. And that really leads to what follows here, which is just somebody who is not truthful, not forthright. Verse 23, like the glaze covering an earthen vessel and fervent lips with an evil heart. Whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. Well, he speaks graciously, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred is covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Whoever digs a pit will fall in it, and a stone will come back on him who starts rolling. A lying tongue hates its victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. So here you have lying, deceit, flattery. This is somebody who is really concerned about their image rather than their heart. Bruce Walke, in talking about this, says that the person who's contentious or stirs up strife has these tools in their trade: innuendo, half-truth, facts distorted, and exaggeration beyond recognition. And so this is just saying, be careful with whisperers, deceivers, people with private conversations, because private conversations are often poisonous conversations. So don't invite these people into your inner circle. As the week that I'm recording this, there was a news story about a pastor, a well-known pastor who was on indefinite leave. And the public statement was about being harsh with criticism and some different things, which that's hard to, quantify exactly. But what caught my attention was his own words were, I manipulated facts. And I wanted to just, as I read that, I wanted to say, oh, you mean you lied? But even then, he couldn't say I lied. It was, I manipulated facts. And I'm not trying to sit at an arm's length without knowing all the situation and be like, oh, but my point is, even in lying, he couldn't bring himself to say I lied. It was, I manipulated facts. And a deceiver, if we deceive, it says, are really digging a pit that we'll fall into, and a stone will come on him who starts it rolling, because we've done that. And flattery in this text is also a form of deceit. When somebody is overly flowery and you know it isn't truth that they speak, be careful. So Proverbs 26 gives us some people to be careful around, and to be careful not to let that be true for us. And the reason we lie most of the time is because at our core, we're trying to get something from people or from a situation rather than getting it from God. We're trying to get a verdict about ourselves, about our competence, about our character. We're trying to get an affirmation from people. And if we got it from God, we wouldn't be drawn to the whispering, the quarreling, the lying, and the sense of trying to get that from people. So get your identity from God and choose your words well.
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.